All right, now I think we're live. Now we're good. We got Jack and Silas. A topic right now. Wisconsin goes down, 12-5 upset, fights another one. How did it happen?
I think that it was pretty close. You know, at like the start, Wisconsin had a 9-point lead, but High Point just kind of took control there.
I think the game between Wisconsin and High Point, it was close during the thing. I don't think Wisconsin was really trying their hardest on defense. I feel like they didn't give out the full energy that they needed. But during the end, I feel like High Point gave up more energy and they took home the W.
Yeah?
Yep.
I thought at the end there, they kind of just threw the ball away. You know, that guy who's like double teamed, they just chucked it up. At least try to get a shot off, you know?
Yeah, didn't work out.
Yep.
Nah.
Wisconsin goes down 83-82. Big loss there. Duke was in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I thought Duke was going to
get
lose.
caught up on Duke. So Duke survives, but they were down, 11?
It was 11. At half, they were down 11.
At half, they were down 11. And
The two boozers cooked.
They sure did. They needed every minute of it, though. They needed every minute of it. So, all right, we are live here at Back Channel Brewing. We got a nice cohort here. We got a nice group of people. Come on out. They got all the cold beer you could have. Food trucks here. Jack's getting some food, so he's going to go do that right now. Yeah, it's a festive atmosphere. Beautiful day out here. Beautiful day, Si.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. You scootered here. What do you think of that?
Pretty wet. Just drying
wet?
up. Yeah, just from the snow.
Okay, well, that'll happen.
Oh, yeah.
Spring. That'll happen.
Yep.
All right, so right now we got Arkansas up 81-60, Michigan State up 25 on North Dakota State. I'm going to do my shameless plug of the NDSU coach interview I did last week with Dave Richmond, talking about his team. Struggling a little bit today. Michigan State's athleticism definitely a problem for NDSU. Getting out in transition too much, but still, Bison get a tournament bid for the 6th time in program history. Silas, what do you think about Darius Acuff Jr. in Arkansas?
I feel like Darius Acuff Jr. is one of their most valuable players, other than Thomas.
Okay. Yeah.
He's been very reliable on the shots. So.
Sure. Yeah. Very reliable. Top 3 pick in the NBA draft most likely next year. Darius Acuff's been phenomenal for Arkansas. They look dominant. They're not going to get upset today. They're looking pretty good. We got UNC VCU tipping off here in about 40 minutes, which I'm really excited about. I think VCU is going to pull the upset in that one.
Yes.
I like VCU. So, all right, Si. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for stopping by. Gonna have to get owner of Back Channel Josh in here at some point. Talk to him for a minute as we go. A lot of topics to cover. We're going to cover a little bit on the early games. We'll talk more later about first round experiences. Anytime, I got a buddy who goes to a lot of first, second round games. My buddy Tate's here. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the line movements we've seen today and Vegas experiences, which is always fun to talk about going out to Vegas for March Madness, which is a whole another experience if you haven't been there. Super fun time. So we'll cover a lot of ground today. I got a list of topics we're going to hit on, including some of the best names in the NCAA tournament. Outstanding names going. Boopy Miller goes down last night with SMU. That was heartbreaker for Boopy Miller and SMU. One of the best names. We got a whole list of those as well. So we got a crew here. We're going to do a quick spin of the camera so everybody can see what's going on here at Back Channel. We got folks left and right. It's filling in. We got the evening games starting to dial in. So come on out, Back Channel. Super fun atmosphere. So Splash City Basketball Podcast, the name of the podcast. came from being in Minnesota, land of 10,000 Lakes, of course, and we're broadcast live from the Back Channel on the shores of one of those lakes, Lake Minnetonka. So super fun there. I want to shout out NDSU playing right now, like I said, against Michigan State. Andy Stefanowicz, local kid from Minnetonka, playing for the Bison. Second-year player, sophomore, won a state title at Minnetonka, and starting point guard for them. It really kind of sets the tone for the Bison this year. Again, tough night here against Michigan State. Sometimes Michigan State, they're not the most athletic in the front court, so you're kind of curious to see how that matches up with a mid-major, but they definitely, on the wing with Colin Carr, Jeremy Fears is kind of picking them apart a little bit here, so it's a great experience for Stefanowicz and the Bison. So let's see if they can, bang a three. We're cutting the lead down. We got the lead at 17 now. 17 is the lead. What's up, Everett? All right, I'm going to bring on my buddy Tate. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the things we saw as we go through the bracket, some of the early lines, some of the over others. Come on over. Is there room? All right, first of all, what are we drinking? Seal Call?
Seal Team 6.
Seal Team 6. Seal Call beer. You can hold that right in there, yeah. Or clip it on, yeah. So, you and I were texting Tate Schoenbauer. Buddy, we've gone to...
How's my volume? Am I good? Okay.
Yeah, I got you. So let's talk about, first of all, the Vegas experience of March Madness. What is your, if you were going to tell, you're a big second weekend guy. Let's start there. You're a big second weekend guy, a little quieter.
If you've never done the first weekend, you should definitely do the first weekend. And now that there's mobile betting, I'm sure it's much better. My first couple of experiences, it was very long lines at legitimate betting windows.
You're walking up at 9 a.m., there's a line out the book. Like, that was a grind.
Yeah, it was real. And so then the way around that was to reserve spaces at the different casinos. And if you went to the right places, they would set up their own kind of like mini booths just for you. So that was always the trick. My favorite one was at the Flamingo. I don't remember how much it cost, but this is how old I am. This was before all the games were on TV like it is now. So they would set up these like mini stations where they would have the regional CBS broadcasts on these like TVs in your little like space, and then you'd have a couple of like individual betting stations that you could use.
And then they would cut in with games that they changed, or would that be the only
well, because like if you remember back in the day, you would get whatever like CBS Midwest wanted to play, so that they usually would lean towards like a Big Ten matchup or something, where the game that starts 45 minutes later might have West Coast implications, so then they could have like the West Coast affiliate.
Yep.
So it was still like multi-screen, but nowhere near what it's like now.
Right.
So now that you can bet on your phone, I'm sure the first weekend is super fun. And if, like I say, if you've never experienced it, I think you should. But after doing it a few times, and especially that way,
I would say
the second weekend was much more chill and a little easier.
One of my favorite memories was Kentucky, Indiana, Sweet 16. Half the crowd in red, half the crowd in blue, and it's just every shot. It's cheers. It's people going nuts. Super fun. So you and I were texting earlier today about the 4 seeds were double-digit favorites in every 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that, I don't know if that was the first time, but it's for sure been a while.
I think it's been quite a while that it was all 4 top seeds in every region were favored by 10 or more.
Yeah. And the discussion was, is that NIL? Is that just how it is? Is it just the big teams getting more powerful, more talent?
I think it's 100, well, not 100%. It's a lot of it is NIL.
Yeah. And I mean, after last year, they had all 1 seed in the Final Four. So everyone's like, it's Cinderella Dad. Will we ever see another VCU or George Mason run to the championship? And I think this year, we've already seen Wisconsin go down. And, Sienna's pushing Duke, and we've had 1 seed win in the past. But one of the things that I thought was that a lot of 1 seeds lost their conference tournaments. And so you're playing, like Lehigh was at the first 4. They're a 16 seed. Maybe they're a 15 or 14. Liberty lost in the Conference USA tournament. They would have been a higher seed probably. So you get a lot of these conference tournaments, which is, I think, why they want the conference regular season champion to almost get to the semi no matter what.
Yep.
So they get the best representation in their conference versus you get like, who was it, the 6th seed in the Conference USA, right? So then you get them in, not as maybe capable of pushing somebody, and that's maybe why the spreads are that high, but I think you're right. NIL, I'm sure, has a lot to do with it.
I think some of it, too, is there's so much sports gambling now available, was like 39 states or something have it now, that I think some of it is to see where the action comes to.
Oh, sure.
Like, that was my initial reaction when I saw all that was like, wow, Vegas / sportsbooks do not like these low seeds. But then watching over less than 24 hours the swings of some of those lines move,
Yeah.
I think some of that might have had to play into it as well. It's just maybe some of it is, well, let's see how much action we get, and then that'll tell us what to do from there.
Yeah,
so
that could be.
I
think some of the mid-major teams, people are saying, are they at a disadvantage? But then you see teams like Miami, who wins last night in the first 4. St. Louis is a great team. Now the West Coast
my sleeper team.
They used to be just Gonzaga. Now you got St. Mary's and Santa Clara. That's a 3-bid league. A-10 is a 2-bid league. So I don't know. I was talking to shameless plug, NDSU coach about it, and he said, it's like a trickle down though. And they used to not be able to recruit as many high-end high school kids, but now these big programs aren't recruiting them. Because they're getting
because they're going in the transfer portal. Yeah.
So now you have an opportunity as a mid-major to maybe get a high school kid that's a little bit better. So it's almost just like trickle down basketball economics, right? Where it's
sounds like a smart basketball coach to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's right? Like
that makes total sense.
You can't hang on to your players as long.
Potentially.
Right. Like NDSU as an example, Grant Nelson goes to Alabama. The last 5th from last year's team went to Illinois State, but you replace them, maybe you replace them with a high mid-major kid who didn't play a lot, or you replace them with a younger high school kid who's ready to go because they're a little bit higher talent. So it does kind of just ebb and flow a little bit.
I think I saw a graphic somewhere that Duke as the 1 seed is the only team, at least the only 1 seed, that all 5 of their starters have only played for Duke. I think the rest of the 1 seeds have some transfers, and I think Michigan is like legitimately all transfers.
Right.
So
because they got Cadell from UNC.
There's your NIL.
Yeah. Adai Morrow is at UCLA. Yep. Florida's got Xavier Lee and Ricky Flan for sure. I mean, who's the other? Arizona. You got 2 freshmen.
Oh, I think on the graphic, yeah, I think they had one guy that starts that's a transfer.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, point taken. So, yeah, it's tough to, I think what we're seeing is the top end, right? It seems like there's right now, at least this year, although Duke did not look like it today, but you had 3 teams kind of separating, and a bunch of kind of muck in the middle, and then everybody else. But it's March Madness, man. Like, it took down to the wire. It was great.
Exactly. And I thought about that. We were texting about, is Cinderella dead? It's probably not. But when you get one, you're going to get the whole country behind them because
True.
I'm not sure any regular sports fan is interested in watching teams that just buy up talent. That's why people don't like the Yankees, they don't like the Cowboys, right? But so like a true Cinderella will get the country's attention immediately.
Yeah. Well, and the old Cinderella was like these teams who had guys that played for 4 years together, right? Like they stuck together, and even on the mid-major level, you don't see that as much. So you end up with like these teams who are, pieced together maybe a little bit, or maybe they play together for 2-3 years, and that still helps them enough, to become kind of those mid-major or high-major killers, the Cinderellas. But
especially the exposure too, right? Back in the day, you're like, what? I didn't even know George Mason was a college.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, go George Mason, right? Like, so some of that too, right? Is like they're not coming out of nowhere now. I think most people paying attention at least know the school names,
right? Yeah, it's good.
So maybe that's what's gone. It's just that true. Like I've never even heard that this school existed.
Yeah.
But yeah, go.
It's good for college basketball, right? Like. They were talking about Miami and whether they were going to get in, and a lot of people were saying, well, if they don't get in, like there's going to be riots. Like they need to be in. You're undefeated in your regular season. You deserve a bid. So I think it's good that they got in. I'm super happy they won because otherwise you get if they would have lost, you would have had they don't belong, mid-majors. We need more power conference teams. They can't hang. And now you got
didn't play anybody.
High Point's another one. Like you need these mid-majors to win and be competitive to keep that kind of going, which is what makes this tournament the best, I think, sporting event in the country.
I'm going to steal Charles Barkley's line from the other night.
Okay.
And he said, what's the Miami of Ohio's coach supposed to do? Recruit for the other teams too? Love that.
Yeah. Well, and he's been on Travis Steele's been on nobody will schedule us. And High Point's coach said that again today after they beat Wisconsin. He was like, everybody's saying we can't beat these big teams, but they don't play us. And guess what? We can. And I'm like, let's go. Like, all right. If we got a little power play between the high majors, the Power 6 or Power 4, whatever the heck it is, and everybody else, like I'm here for it. Like I wanna see that. I want to see them kind of say like, no, we're here. We could play. So I'm always rooting for those. Now when you get to the Final Four, and you got random teams, and you got Arizona, Michigan playing, Hawaii and High Point, like that ain't going to be great for the Final Four probably.
Has been where the Cinderellas have gone to pasture, yes. They eventually get crushed.
Yeah, but if you get through the first couple of weekends with 1 or 2, that's always been fun. That's what it's all about for sure. So, anything on the lines else? We're not. Just to be clear, we're not going to be promoting gambling or giving advice.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Anything you hear on this podcast come out of my mouth, I do the opposite.
Right, yes, yeah. So what else did you notice on some of the lines? You said big movement, like a lot of movement on some of them.
Well, so the more I thought about it, I think some of that has to do with just how much opportunity there is.
Yeah.
So I was...
Can you imagine in your spare time you have to...
I thought it was interesting that, like, the Wisconsin one was the one that I saw that had, I think, it seemed like the, pros or the people that look at it immediately thought there was an edge and hopped on them immediately.
Okay.
So then it started swinging one way, and then it gets to a point and it starts swinging the other way, and it's just, I think only in this environment it's unique in that way that I've seen that because one, they're not professionals,
Right.
but I think in some cases I think the lines are set just to see where that action's at.
Yeah.
And how much it moves so quickly now. Like, holy cow.
And probably more so than any other sporting event, you get so much loyalty. Right? Like your school, like you will blindly, if you are a even NDSU fan today against Michigan State, I think it's a 20-point game, but yeah, Bison fans will probably push money onto the NDSU side blindly. Whereas like Super Bowl, it's more, feels more like professional, like people are kind of actually thinking about it from a strategic standpoint, but college sports is such a loyalty and my school, my alma mater, I'm going to bet them no matter what, that you do get some crazy lines in March Madness.
I think too, it's like sometimes you pick with like just your gut or fun things.
Yeah.
Like, it's not McNeese, it's McNeasy. Right? So I'm going to go with McNeasy every time, baby. Right? Like, or there's that one player who's, speaking of St. Louis, you guys tease me all the time, that was my sleeper team when they were like top 10 in the country.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
You know, want to cheer, right? So some of that happens too, where you're just like, I just really want to cheer for them, right? Or I want that feeling with the edge. So
well, it's where these guys like Jack Dolke at Oakland a couple years ago, right? It's where like that guy's a name because he had a game against Kentucky in which he had like 25 3-pointers, and today it was High Point. They got the Johnston kid just draining logo threes, like
right. He makes his first layup of the season to win the game. Obviously, yeah. But you get that. That's another good example, though. Like, not just the homers, but then all the anti-sweats.
Right. Yep.
Putting Wisconsin on my parlay. I'm a Minnesota fan.
Right.
That's blasphemy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe you had a bad experience when Nigel Hayes fumbled a ball out of bounds, and now I'm never touching them again. Right? Like, so there's some of that, too. That makes it fun.
That does make it fun. And that's where that allegiance to the school changes how people feel about it.
You look down the sheet and you're like, I swear I had money on Purdue one time and they screwed me. I'm out.
Oh, believe me, I will never forget the random, like, I forget which Vegas place had it, but it was like you picked like 16 games and whatever, and literally the first one on it was Michigan State, 2 seed, playing some 15, and I'm like, well, they'll win. I mean, what do they do? They go and lose. I will never forget that. And that's what the bracket is about. That's what March Madness is. It's just, it's a great, I think this is the greatest weekend in sports, just because it's all day Thursday, it's all day Friday, most of the days on the weekend, and then.
And you can watch it all now. Right. That's the other best part.
Yeah, the March Madness Live app, you got, every TV. Like here we're at Back Channel, we got, I don't know, there's a big screen outside, there's 4 or 5 TVs inside. So
I love all the messages about people being like, remember, True TV is channel, 60 on your TV or whatever. Like the channel you never watch until March.
Yeah, so... Sweet. Let's see, what else we got? It looks like Michigan State went final, so they move on, and they will get, who's the 6th seed on their region there? They must have, is that the UNC VCU? Or is it Louisville? Maybe it's Louisville.
Louisville, right? They won.
Yeah, I think you're right. VCU, UNC is in the south, Michigan State's in the east, and that is, Louisville. So Louisville, Michigan State, second round. High Point waiting on the winner. High Point gets Arkansas. That game might be first one to 100, the way those teams score.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, somebody said we should take the over in the High Point Wisconsin game. I don't know who that was, but that advice was not taken.
No.
That hits. So that was a ball.
That hurts.
McNeese They were a 12. They pushed Vandy. What they have? They had a lead. They had a lead early, but Vandy ends up winning by 10. McNeese, my bad.
Thank you.
Of course. So, whew, yeah, it's been a good day so far. I mean, we started the day with TCU Ohio State.
We're just getting warmed up.
Which was great. That's one of the best things that they've done with the tournament is that 8-9 game first every year now, because that 8-9 game is usually pretty solid.
Yeah, well, and I know that's on purpose, right? Because CBS isn't silly. They're like, we're the first and only game on.
Yeah.
We're not starting with, again, Duke. It'd be a bad example. But right, yeah. Like,
it's a great game.
Somebody just getting absolutely slaughtered in the first matchup.
It's also wild, like, the three-point shooting and how that's changed, too, because, man, you used to have to kind of just beat teams. Now, I mean, if you get hot.
I saw a couple posts that way of people saying, like, man, I can't wait to watch that one team where the coach is like, guys, let's just hoist threes and see what happens.
Right. I mean.
Like, yep. You never know, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's what
Yep. They might beat us 9 out of 10 times, but not this time.
Yeah.
Because we were sizzling hot from 3.
Channeling our inner Herb Brooks on that one. So, it's okay. So we got what? Well, normally in the football season we call it the witching hour, but now we're moving into the evening slate. We got UNC VCU coming up, Howard, Michigan. I don't think Howard is going to push Michigan like Duke got pushed. Another game I'm really interested in tonight.
So you weren't impressed by Howard's victory on Tuesday night?
See, okay, so Duke's, there's been some concern about Duke. Like, I think if anybody's objective right now, they're like, because of their injuries, I did not see Gungba play today, which I don't know that I expected him to play today, but they're going to need him against Ohio State. And Caleb Foster's out. So you lose 2 starters off any tournament team. That's a big deal. You lose Braden Smith and Oscar Clough off Purdue. That's a big hit. You lose Kingston Flemings and JoJo Tugler off Houston. You're in trouble. And so I didn't think it would be that close, but I do think TCU and Duke is going to be dicey. TCU has got a little defensive juice to them. So,
who's their coach? Dixon?
Yeah.
He's got some pedigree,
he does,
right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that this is speaking of totally different Tate. I'm not in Vegas for the first weekend. I was actually exercising and watching that game.
Good for you.
And I thought in my head, I'm like, this is close. And the edge here is the coaching.
Yeah.
Like a guy, again, been there, multiple teams, like...
Yeah, I mean, you could tell, like, Bruce Thornton just couldn't really get going today. And I kind of kept waiting for Ohio State to make an adjustment, but TCU just kind of, frustrated him, and then they relied on Mobley to make shots, and he did, but, yeah, just, TCU, they beat Michigan, or almost beat Michigan this year. They have some great wins. They beat Iowa State at home, so they're capable. And that's where I'm like, you go into this Duke game, and you're TCU, you're confident. You have to be confident in that game.
But then I was also thinking, like, what are the stereotypical things that they taught? Like, rarely do I dig that deep where I'm like, oh, coaching edge to TCU. Yeah. But Wisconsin, their guards were like super cocky. Was it Boyd and Blackwell? Yeah. I think they even said it on the broadcast. Oh, best guard combo in the country. Yeah. I feel like that used to be like the automatic thing, right? Is if you went on, you got any information, you were like, senior guards with tournament experience, put them in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, that was an interesting game too, because it seems like in the last few weeks, Boyd has been awesome. And they've been going to him.
They were really good.
But they've been going, but I almost feel like Blackwell got left out.
Oh,
like at the end there, Boyd had a chance, but he's going through 3 guys, and I'm thinking, dude, you got Rapp, who made a ton of threes in that Big Ten tournament. You got Blackwell. Nolan Winter was back today. It just felt like they didn't really use that to their advantage, the two guards. You know, like Boyd was getting to the rim and making shots, but, man, those last couple possessions, TCU takes away his left hand, which was genius, because he's still trying to get under the basket to his left and couldn't. And then the last possession, they just swarmed him. And
They forgot about the three-point shooter guy that might go in and shoot a layup.
Yep. So, I don't know. I feel like Wisconsin kind of just maybe relied on Boyd too much at the end there.
So maybe being overly cocky about your guard play was not the answer.
Well, yeah, I just think Blackwell made some big shots all year for him, and felt like the last few weeks it was definitely more Boyd's team. And today they just couldn't really find that second guy at the end of the game when they needed it. But I mean, High Point, like, what do you do? They just
win for Minnesota fans.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. All right. So what else we want to talk? Let's see. I had a few things on my list. Are you good to stick, or you want to get going?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
You want me to keep talking?
No, let's keep talking. Let's go. I want to get your thoughts on the best names. I was going through some names of the players in the tournament. Number one on my list is Chandler Bing. For all the
That's
friends.
a joke, right?
Oh, that's 100% his name. He threw
No way.
He threw down against in the SEC tournament the other day, and the best is like when these announcers now, and they're like, Chandler Bing throws it down, and you're like, no way. I remember Chandler Bing. He couldn't even. He was not an
I
athlete.
feel like if you're that kid's parents, you better be good at something. Otherwise, you're just going to get made fun of
100%.
all the time.
100%.
Okay.
Okay, so he plays about 14 minutes a night for Vandy. So not a big-time player for them, but he plays. I think he's only a freshman, too. So, I mean, we're going to have a lot more Chandler Bing in our life coming ahead.
Okay.
The next one I had on my list was David Punch, TCU. Got a little foul trouble today, but he's one of their leading scorers. Nice player. I mean, Punch, just straight to the point. You know, if you're David Punch, you have to be physical, right? Like, you can't be soft.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
You probably should be good with some post moves.
Okay, and then the other guy, let's see, we're going down the list. I got JoJo Tugler, Joseph, but they call him JoJo.
Careful with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful. Tugler, Joe Tugler, mostly defensive star for Houston, which is, Kelvin Sampson's his jam.
Yeah, but aren't they like bad on defense this year?
Well,
or they're down?
They're down from top 1 or 2 to 5. So I don't know in adjusted defensive efficiency.
I feel like the only time I paid attention to their games, I'm like, wow, this is high scoring.
Well, and that's the
That might have been the few games that were on the national TV, ESPN, where I turned it on like, oh, all right, I guess we bailed on this defense thing.
Not quite, but they're not quite as good. What are they, 16th in effective field goal percentage?
Oh, there we go.
And
Ken Pom.
5th in adjusted
The
defensive
warm
efficiency.
blanket of.
So,
yes, okay.
yeah, they're still elite. They're not the top 2 or 3 like they usually are. And then this one, I got to be honest, I just ran across. I've been loving Hawaii. They were on my mid-majors to watch about early February, and I found Gaitis Minixa.
Yeah, you should get that checked out.
That one, I just like the first name a lot, Gaitis.
That's the one where I'm like, dude, you got a raging case of
I
Gaitis.
got a bad case of the Gaitis.
Yeah.
Give me the rainbows.
I would make an appointment.
So they go down to Arkansas, so no more Gaitis.
Okay.
The next guy on the list also went down in the first 4, Boopy Miller.
Yeah, are we doing the bit from Key and Peele here? Okay, nope. All right, Boopy Miller. I'm not familiar with him.
Actually, Boopy might be the best player on the list because he averages 19 a game.
Okay.
He's an all-ACC guard. Didn't do a lot last night, though. Miami, Ohio.
The lights get bright.
The lights get bright. Next one I got is Victory Onuetu from Hofstra. Hofstra plays Alabama first round, 6'10 junior, mostly a rebounder, but with a name like Victory, Do you go with Hofstra and the upset over Alabama?
Maybe.
You remember Alabama's second leading scorer got picked up with 2 pounds of stuff that you're not supposed to
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Aiden Holloway out for Alabama. There might be a victory.
His second leading scorer is dealing with something off the court.
Absolutely.
Also, it's funny you say that, though. While I was watching that TCU Ohio State game, TCU has a guy that has his first name on the back of his jersey. And I'd never seen that before, and I immediately was like, this guy's my new favorite player. His name is Conrad Rodriguez. He's from Spain, and he just goes with straight Conrad. Yep, I love that. Hell yeah.
Pretty soon he'll be like Cher. He'll just be
Yeah,
Conrad.
so there you go. There's that nugget.
All right.
TCU money line.
Okay, the last one's the best one. Jomo Goings from Long Island University. Fins up.
Okay.
Fins up. Long Island, LIU. Jomo Goings.
Got it.
Love it.
I don't know anything about it.
I don't either. But I saw Jomo Goings, and I'm like,
yeah,
that dude.
yep. He's going places.
He's averaging 10 points.
Keep going.
Yeah, Goings. Jomo is Goings places. Anyway,
that's another. I'm glad you brought this segment up. That's another great way to pick teams. If you're on the fence, who's got a great name? Which team's got a guy with an awesome name?
Yep, Jomo.
Yep. All right.
I'm cheering for Jomo and LIU. All right, so that's my name. That's like 7 names to watch. Unfortunately, 2 of them are out, but we still have
Conrad Rodriguez.
Conrad Rodriguez. Well, as a name, I don't know that that's that intriguing, but the fact that he puts his first name, I mean,
yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm on a first name basis with my fans.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah.
That's good stuff. Okay. What's up, Everett? We got still got a posse showing up here. Good crowd. Hey, what's up, buddy?
It's a big crowd.
Big
It's
crowd.
really filled in.
Hey, Ellis. This is my son, Ellis. Say hi. Okay. All right. Looking for my buddy Matt. Matt's my next guest. We're going to talk.
These guys at the door, they look awfully young.
Awfully young. I mean, this is what we get when we come out to the lake. This is lake life. Lake Minnetonka. Back Channel Brewing, baby. Where's my guy? Looking for my guy Matt. We were going to talk first round experiences because he's gone to a few first round. Like he'll travel to Raleigh or Des Moines or Milwaukee. So I'm looking for
Good.
that.
So finally a legitimate co-host.
Well, this is legitimate. I feel like most of this is just about having fun. So I think we're having fun.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this is good times. Let's see.
But when you get to interview the coach of North Dakota State University, and then you have me on, I feel like that's a wide gap of basketball knowledge there.
There are varying levels of degree that you can find content on a podcast. We're going with both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, that's right. Lowest to the low, highest to the high.
I mean, but I got to be honest, it's all good. It's all fun. I don't know that NDSU's coach. Shout out to Dave Richmond. Sorry about the loss. Great season. This might not be his vibe. At least not publicly with me.
Okay.
Here.
That's fine.
We keep it professional.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So, anyway.
I love the answer about being able to recruit kids out of high school because the other guys are too busy in the portal.
Yeah, I mean,
that makes a ton of sense. Heck yeah.
Although, I asked him this, and he said, because I noticed they had to sign 5 kids, seniors this year, going to be, next year. And I said, that seems kind of uncommon these days because of that, right? To recruit high school kids, but he said part of that is kind of that model of like, I want to bring guys in, I want to develop them. If they choose to go because they're whatever reason, I'm going to support them. But like while they're here, I'm going to love them and we're going to work with them and we're going to do everything we can to help them. And
do they have some NIL?
I'm sure they do. I mean, they're
I clearly watched your podcast.
Thanks. Wow. I I mean, NDSU has football money like a lot of schools. You know,
Right.
they're going
But
to
is
Mountain West.
any of it allocated
I'm
towards?
sure some.
Okay.
I don't know how much.
I suppose that's probably not a nice question to ask. Like,
well, no.
so how much cash do you have?
It's a public university. We should probably know that.
Maybe. Yeah. Can you look it up?
But so like last year they had an all Summit League player, Jackson Money. He's in the G League, and now this year their center played behind him. He's a sophomore. You know, now he goes from getting like 2 points a game and maybe a rebound, and now he's getting 10 and 8 or 10 and 7. So I think his point is like all the stuff still matters. Like as much what he said was it's a transactional business in some places, but he said I refuse to run my program that way. I'm going to coach and plan on guys staying here and do what I can to develop them. And if they leave, they leave, and you know that's a choice too, and we'll be fine. So I think there's kind of that component to it. So he's got 5 freshmen coming in now. 2 of them might redshirt, but that's kind of how they're replenishing their pipeline there. And,
I love that.
They don't have a ton of seniors on that team, so they might be back next year as well. But we're getting ready here for the evening window. We got UNC VCU tipping off shortly. I got VCU.
Your channel will probably get shut down if we live stream, an actual game.
I don't think we can do an actual game, but we're just going to comment on it. I got VCU winning this. Caleb Wilson, star for UNC, out for the year, thumb, I believe, this time. And Carolina's only 2.5-point favorite. So Vegas obviously thinks VCU's got something here too. But there's been a lot of talk earlier today about South Florida beating Louisville. Louisville hangs on. The other one was VCU. I mean, I think the 6 seeds in this whole bracket are in deep trouble because tomorrow you got the 6 seed. The other one that I liked going down was Tennessee against Miami. I don't know if Miami's got enough big guys to compete in that game against Tennessee. Tennessee's just so big. So that one's going to be tough. But I do like a lot of these 11s. So we'll see how it goes. UNC VCU, we're tipping off shortly. Other than that, there's not a ton of games in the late slate that I'm loving. A&M and St. Mary's tonight. Texas, BYU. I think BYU's I think they're going Elite 8. I like AJ DeBonsa. I think when you're the best player on the court, I think he's got a little Carmelo vibe going right now. He plays that mid-post game like Carmelo did, so I'm a big AJ DeBonsa fan.
Well,
sure.
okay. How many brackets did you fill out?
Well, actually, my son did 2.
Okay.
I did 2. Okay. So one of them was basically just for fun, and then he and I both did. He did 2, and I did 1 for a bigger pot. But that'll be
okay.
We'll see. I do.
2 is acceptable.
I know everybody wants. This is good. This is good podcast / radio is talk about your brackets. But
I just want to know how many, because I feel like if you say 3 or more, you're a fraud.
No. I was only going to do 1, and then we got
that's
work
the
one
correct
going.
answer. Okay.
I'll do a work
right.
one.
Okay. That 2 is also acceptable because there's usually that. There's the legacy one and then a work one.
Right. So. Well, all right, so what else you got? I got other things to talk about if you want to go down this path here. We got more, let's see. What was my other? Oh, under the radar players. This was a fun list to put together. So one of them goes down. My first one on the list, Javon Garcia. I was hoping McNeese could maybe pull an upset and we could get a little excitement for McNeese.
Thank you.
But Javon Garcia, he had 31 in the Southland Conference title game. So I was like, all right, he's on a heater. Let's get some buckets today. Not enough buckets today for McNeese.
No, they couldn't pull it off.
So what did he end up having? Let's see. Quick box score, on-air production meeting. He has 10. He only had 10 today. TJ Power, though, they played him. That's a Penn. I don't know if you heard about them. Have you heard about him? Have you seen about him?
I'm not familiar. No.
Okay, so 6'9", started at Duke, transferred, I believe, to Virginia, Now he's at Penn playing for Fran McCaffrey, red-faced Fran, playing tonight against Illinois. TJ Power had 44 points in the Ivy League championship game.
Okay, so you can score a little bit.
You can shoot it.
Yeah.
So they were down late in that game against Yale in the Ivy League championship, and he hits back-to-back threes to go overtime, unguardable. The kid at High Point, you mentioned earlier, hadn't shot at 2, or made it 2 all year.
All year.
Preston.
Yep.
He was one of the guys that I was
Genius play.
Now he's there.
Coach
He
is like, there's no way they're going to think he's going to shoot the layup. Money.
Yep. Leaks out in the transition.
Yep.
The other guy I really like, Alan Graves from Santa Clara. He's not the leading scorer, but he's a big dude. He's starting to get like NBA potential talk.
Okay.
So watch out for Santa Clara in the Kentucky game. I believe that's Friday night, I think, right? That's a Friday game.
Yeah, I think they play tomorrow.
Yeah, double check here. Too much going on. Yep, that's tomorrow. That's actually the first tip of the day tomorrow. So Alan Graves, power forward for Santa Clara. And then the last one, I love this guy, Peter Suter from Miami. They win, obviously, the first 4 game last night. But he is like the ultimate mid-major guard, 6'5", kind of does everything, got a little feisty at times. Really like Peter Suter. 14.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds a game, 4 assists per game, shoots it at a high level. So those are some of my under-the-radar guys.
What about the Minnesota guys?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Wisconsin went down, so it was like half their team. So you can skip that.
4 of the Minnesota players.
But our CDH guy, Hadley, Von Hadley, made some clutch free throws towards the end.
Hadley's a nice. He's a great like glue guy, right? Like just kind of does dirty work, just rebounds, guards other guys. He'll give up 4 inches and guard a big guy. He'll guard a guard.
I remember you and I talking about watching him his senior year at Cretan, of being a guy like the Gophers should have been going after. Like, again, a guy that's not obviously the top of the top, but is a Division I rotational player that is going to be good in your program.
Yeah.
It's cool to see it. Although I was like, wait. He like a 5th-year senior maybe at this point?
Yeah, he's pretty old. He was COVID senior year.
Okay.
So remember they had him and Trey Holloman was a junior and no state tournament. And they were like by far the favorite. So those two. Lehigh had a point guard, Nasir Whitlock from De La Salle. They lose obviously in the first 4 last night. Was that last night? I think it was last night. Losing track of time here a little bit. Who else do we got for Minnesota guys? Let me pull up my list. I got a full list. I think there ended up being 19. There's a guy on LIU, Gavin Pendergrass, South St. Paul. Shouts to the Packers. Doesn't play a lot, but he's on the team.
I like that. Yeah. Well, Michigan's got our guy, Cheddar.
Get that cheese.
Yep, better Cheddar.
Got to get that cheese. All right, Kendall Brewer at Nebraska. What do we got here?
Crushed today.
Yeah.
I will admit, I looked at that line and was like, is Nebraska ready for the bright lights? Thank goodness I stayed away from that. They crushed.
Troy was still another one was sneaky. Like, I could see this being closer, but it was not. Nate Heisey, Iowa State. Tayson Chapman from Ohio State, they lose. Nolan Groves at Texas Tech. Jalen Wilson, freshman from Benilde, playing at UNI, Northern Iowa. Doesn't play a lot but he's on that roster. Whitlock, I mentioned. Who else we got here? 2 guys on the Bison, Stefanowicz and Caleb Schoenbauer from St. Francis. Hadley, Chase Thompson from Alexandria. He's at Clemson. So if you're looking for that, you can watch him. And then Holloman. And I think that's, hold on, we got more. Mercy Miller. Okay, caveat, Mercy Miller at Houston. You know, Masterpiece kid. No. Mercy Miller played at Minnehaha with Suggs and Holmgren. And then as soon as those guys were gone, he would go. And now he's at Houston. So I count him. We'll take him.
Okay.
Cam Heidi, Texas.
Yep. Who advanced. Survived and advanced.
Who advanced, yep. So Cam Heidi from Wayzata. So that's the full list of Minnesotans on the roster.
A lot to watch.
Or in the NCAA tournament. So, yeah.
If you're looking for that local angle.
I'm always looking for
any edge.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, we talk Minnesota ball, and everything's got a Minnesota angle to it for us here at the Splash City Basketball Podcast. All right, we're 6 o'clock. We got UNC. What do we got for a score? Can you see that one? We got the big screen outside. I can't quite see. So we got UNC VCU early. 6-5. I got VCU.
They're down 8-5.
8-5. Okay, VCU
money line.
I'm telling you.
Genius.
All right, genius. Great minds. We're not going to talk about all the ones I missed or we got wrong, but all right. Well, the beer's flowing like wine.
Yeah, and you got a guy that's actually played in this thing coming up, don't you? First round. Don't you have a special guest that's got first round experience?
Attending first round
Right.
experience. Yes, yeah.
Thought maybe even played.
Not played. No. Yeah, I don't know where Matt is. We're gonna have to get him on the horn here. But yeah, I wanted to bring Matt on to talk a little bit about that. Let's see. What else we got to talk here? I got some more topics to cover, so we got plenty to talk about. Freshmen. Who are your top freshmen?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Devonsa. Let me give you the list.
Yeah, let me see the
Let me give you the list. Devonsa, Boozer, Darius Acuff, obviously. Kingston Flemings.
But this is back to, so these are all in the mix for number one pick. We think Devonsa is number one.
I would say Devonsa is probably the lock at this point. He passed Peterson probably in January. Peterson's been weird all year. And so, that's been a thing. And so I
then this Acuff kid goes off and they score 100
man.
points.
I've heard some people kind of compare him a little bit to Derrick Rose. I don't think he's quite as explosive. You heading out? And he's not as explosive, but he's probably a better all-around, averaging 10 assists and shooting it. Thanks. And so, yeah, that's Acuff's definitely, him and Kingston Flemings, I think, are probably top 5 with, if you consider Peterson still in that group.
Yeah.
Even Wagler's in that conversation now. He's, again, another guy that kind of just came out of nowhere. I feel like, if I heard this right, he was a 150 ranked recruit, and so it's so rare to see those guys.
Oh, yeah.
That jump up category.
Yeah.
So that's been wild to see. And Caleb Wilson for UNC was putting up almost a double-double until he got hurt. So it's too bad. Like him a lot. They just if I were ranking them right now, I got Devonsa 1. There's Boozer's the tough one because they're like, hey, he's not a pro. He's not explosive enough. But I'm like, dude, he's averaging 23 and 10.
So the knock on him is athleticism. Is that what our problem is here? And then we watch the Joker go out there and mess around, get triple doubles.
Right.
He's not overly athletic by those standards, right?
I think the challenge with Boozer is,
are you good at basketball?
Right.
That's a good question to ask in my opinion.
Put the ball in the hoop. Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of athletes too, right, that appear to be good at basketball that really aren't that great at basketball. So.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And the pedigree is there.
Right, but even his dad wasn't probably a great pro.
Right.
So, but that goes back to then what are you expecting? So if you want a 10-year pro, and do you want a guy who's going to get you a double-double most nights, then you're good.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a guy who's, going to be a top 10 player in the league,
right.
It's probably not Cam Boozer.
Okay.
It might be Devonsa. It could be Peterson. But all right, Big Cat Matt showed up, so we're going to talk first round NCAA Tournament experiences. Tate, first of all, appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me. I still wonder why.
That's Metro.
But I always appreciate the invite.
What was that cab ride again? Uber, 17 miles? 17 miles? Just grinding it out there?
Anything for you, Steve.
Appreciate
Love
it.
Yep. Bye.
All right, Big Cat Matt, you're in. All right, I'm bringing Matt on because Matt is a friend who, well, first of all, he's got those quick feet, 6'5", plays down low. But what I like about Matt, what we talk about a lot, you've gone to how many first-round tournament, like first, second round?
We've been to three, and then the Final Four in Minneapolis.
Okay, yep. So you went to Raleigh. Was it Raleigh last year?
Yep.
Okay, and then where else?
And then we were in, what's next to Dallas? Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah, in North Texas.
Yep, and then Portland. So.
Okay, oh, Portland.
Yeah.
All right, so of those 3 first rounds that you've attended, what was anything stand out?
You know, I think at the end of the day, like, there's nothing better for me than just to go to watch basketball, right, and be immersed in the experience, right, and so I think just being there with good friends, being able to be there, so, you know, I think Raleigh was probably, you know, obviously a basketball capital, so, you know, a lot of fans there, a lot of people passionate about basketball. Fort Worth was great, but, like, it was just merely an event in their city, whereas Raleigh, like, you've got Duke, you've got UNC, you've got rivalries, you've got people who really care, so, yeah.
Who did you say playing?
Oh, gosh.
Any fan bases? Maybe I'll ask you that. Any fan bases that you're like, they were crazy or they were...
You know, Texas A&M I saw in Minneapolis, and I thought their fan base was one of the best, right? Like, so we just had a lot of people around us from there, and they just, yeah. I mean, I think the lady next to me drove all the way overnight, went to the game, and went home. So, like, that's dedication, right? Like, you're driving like 19 hours going to a game and then, like, going home. So, yeah.
Is this for me, by the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Back Channel. Is this a seal call again? This is a lager. Got to hydrate. Stay hydrated during March Madness. I went to NDSU in Kansas, the first year NDSU made the tournament.
Okay.
And I was at the Metrodome. And my takeaway, besides that game being really fun, Kansas had Cole Aldrich and NDSU had Ben Woodside. It was awesome. But Dayton was playing the next game. And I remember being like, wow, these Dayton fans show up. Like, they were tons of them, they were loud. So that's what's fun about.
And the opening 4.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
It's a great basketball town, right?
Yeah.
Obi Toppin, you know, like, who got screwed because that was COVID year when Obi Toppin, I think they were, like, ranked highly in the country. But, yeah, it's a great basketball town. And that's what's fun about the Final Four or March Madness going to these first-round games is you get to see these fan bases that you're not familiar with, and you're like, wow, they love hoops, and they, like, are dedicated. Like, I think that's what's really fun.
In Big Ten tournament, right? Like, I know the two of us went, and, like, just seeing people so passionate about, like Michigan State shows up, like, you know, like, I think, you know, it's just, it's fun to see people so passionate about it.
Yeah, it is. The Big Ten tournament was super fun. I agree. Next year, Target Center hosts first and second round, so we'll be there, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And, you know, that's hopefully we don't get yelled at by the usher like we did last year at the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, we did get scolded.
Yeah,
so.
and that'll happen.
Right. Yeah, I'd be curious if anyone's gone to like like Sweet 16. I think that's the middle gap that I haven't kind of hit yet, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Final Four, opening round, Sweet 16 would be really interesting as well.
Yeah, I went to the first year Florida won the national title with Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer and that group.
Yeah.
So that was also a Metrodome, and that was so fun. So a buddy of mine, Matt, different Matt, was he and I came down for the state boys tournament. So we're at the boys state tournament, watching Pelican Rapids. Took a cab at the time, no Uber. We're old, and go to Metrodome. And we go to that Sweet 16. So it's Boston College with Jared Dudley, Randy Foy and Villanova, Roy Hibbert and Porter Jr. maybe, Otto Porter. I can't remember if he was on that team or not. And then Florida. And it was so fun. I mean, that was another one of those where you're like, none of those schools are remotely close to here. And it was still packed. Florida fans, just awesome. I mean, that was a great time.
And they get extra credit for coming to Minneapolis.
Right, yeah.
Like, as you choose locations, like, it's not always the first one you choose.
Yeah,
so.
and I don't remember, I'm guessing Georgetown was like a high seed, but I don't think Florida was a super high seed that year. Maybe they were the one, I don't know. But, it wasn't like one of those things where you're like, this team is so down that you were like, these are all good games.
Yeah.
I remember being fairly close and seeing, I think it was Jared Dudley block somebody and just extend, he's 6'9", 6'10", and he's just extending, jumping. Those are fun experiences.
So just generally, Steve, like, favorite players during the tournament, like a tournament run, who do you got on your list of just like, I would pay to show up to watch these people perform in an NCAA tournament
All
again?
time?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I'm a Duke person at heart. I mean, okay, hold on. First, I'm going to start with this. Willie Burton. Willie Burton's my all-time favorite college basketball. Like, I was there when they retired his jersey. They went to a Sweet 16 and Elite 8 and were like a basket away from the Final Four that year. So Willie Burton. I kind of got to say Christian Laettner. Just because the most polarizing, like everybody hated him, but just gets it done. Kemba Walker probably on that list. We're Siena playing today against Duke, right? Jerry McNamara, like Jerry Mack, like he always had some moments, like he was awesome. So I don't know. I'm sure I'm leaving lots of people off. How about you?
Oh, I think it's Jimmer Fredette.
Jimmer, yeah.
Everything went through him.
Yes, yeah.
Curry.
Right.
As you think about, those are probably a couple that hit kind of the top of my list.
Yeah.
When I think back to just,
Gophers Final Four, Bobby Jackson. Oh my gosh, like I followed his pro career. Nothing more enjoyable than just kind of seeing him succeed. And
He was awesome. That run happened. We watched it happen. I don't care if the banners are up. We watched it. It happened. A couple folks in the chat. What's up, Jamie, Lisa? Appreciate you. Duke, yes, Duke struggled today. They're down 2 starters. I thought Gongbo was going to play today.
Yeah, they said he was.
But he didn't.
Nope.
So, TCU without those two, man, I don't know.
It might be a rallying cry. At the end of the day, it might be the differentiator for them.
Yeah, I mean, even if they get through TCU, St. John's or Kansas after that, I don't know, man. Without those two, I mean, Gungba comes back and helps a little bit, but it's tough. And Lisa, you're checking in from, I believe it's Denver area. Any upsets you kind of predicted already? Any upsets? I mean, so
TCU.
I got these
North Carolina.
We got a score.
Yeah, what's the score there?
13-14, so still early. I did say on the podcast on Sunday when the bracket came out, I said, going into it, I loved High Point, but then I saw they were playing Wisconsin, and I'm like, oof, that one's tough. Like, that is a tough matchup, because I really like Wisconsin's guards, but...
Yeah, and generally, they're so fundamental, they grind you out.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get them off their game, but they got there today, so...
Yep. Any other ones? Let's see, I was pretty high. I did not like Hawaii, so I thought Arkansas was just too good.
Yeah.
I did not pick Siena. That's it.
Sets now, as you think of the NIL era, there's just not a whole lot that, where you're going to see a 14 or a 15 win anymore.
Right.
So.
Well, and I was talking to Tate earlier, but I was talking about how there was a lot of 1 seeds in conference tournaments that lost. So like a Liberty, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Super high scoring. They would have been maybe a trendy pick to upset someone, but they lose. So now you get, I think they're Conference USA, so that's Kennesaw State was the 6th seed.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one. The Navy was another one in the Patriot League. They get bounced in the semifinals, so then you get Lehigh, who doesn't have as good a record, and so that's part of this year's tournament. But I'm on the Miami Ohio train.
Really?
I love it.
Have you watched them throughout the year?
I've watched a few games. I'm a junkie, Matt. Like, this is what I do.
I watched 5 or 6 of their games in the last 2 months, and my takeaway was, this is a first-round exit. But maybe I'm off. I mean, they looked okay last night.
But they beat SMU, Goofy Miller. So we were just talking about best names in the tournament, Boopy Miller being one of them.
What about Chandler Bing?
Chandler Bing was number one on the list. Chandler, I said if he's got any sort of TV guy that's his Chanandle or bomb, he wins the internet for sure. And anyway, but Miami, man, so they actually lost their leading scorer early in the year.
Yeah.
So they're quote unquote best players out, and they're still doing this. Peter Suter, love him. Scaljak, just cojones last night. A couple big threes at the end. I love them. Byers is good. Wolffolk is awesome. They got some juice, man.
I can get you a new hat.
Woo! Give me a jersey. Where's my Red Hawks gear?
Your Zerbiak, your throwback Zerbiak, Miami of Ohio.
That was, I think, the Sweet 16. Didn't they get to the Sweet 16?
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, Texas isn't great. I've been saying it all year. These middle-of-the-road power conference teams, I don't want any more of them. I could care less. I mean, even Ohio State, TCU, that was a good game, but, you're 500 in your Big Ten.
If you won the conference and you have a different team win the tournament, right? Send them to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just start to mix it up a little bit because that 10-11 seed.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I do think to some degree, if you have the A10 this year is a great example. You have St. Louis who's going to get in regardless. VCU wins the conference tournament, but they were first four in if they were at large. But I'm I'd rather see VCU than California or Oklahoma or Auburn. I've seen them. I know what they
are. A bunch of teams that were mediocre. Right. Really, I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
Did they really earn it?
No. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, if I know, so the argument is always, you want the best at-large teams possible, right? Which some would argue then you're taking the 9th or 10th team out of the SEC or whatever. But I would say if the goal is to crown a champion, those teams have already proven they're not. If you're not in the top half of your league, you're not one of the best teams in the country. I know you're not. If you're VCU, you're second in your conference. You haven't been able to play these other power teams because they don't want to play you. I don't know, and I want to see you. That's my argument. So, okay, well that's bad at podcast radio. I need an argument. Let's get controversial here. Anyway, all right, we're at Back Channel still. Got about, I don't know, planning on going for 2 hours, so we're at an hour and 15 right now.
Who's up next after me, Steve?
I'm gonna bring
Heidi?
I was gonna bring Josh, owner of Back Channel, on. Heidi?
Yeah.
Heidi hasn't listened to the podcast. Maybe she'll show. She did show up. My wife has been very supportive of this in every facet except listening, which I don't blame her. She's not a basketball fan, but lets me do it. Gives me the time. So love her, love the family, but yeah, she's not going to be breaking down Miami, Texas with me tomorrow. Let's just be honest about that. Let's look ahead to tomorrow. Let's look at the games. I wish I had this pulled up on my computer, but we're going to go on the phone. Matchup tomorrow that you're most interested in, Matt. Let's see, that's today. Let's go tomorrow. Let's go just go these first 8 games. We got Santa Clara, Kentucky, Akron, Texas Tech. Lisa, I think, asked about upset picks. I got another one on this list. Any of those?
You picked Santa Clara as an upset pick?
I like Santa Clara. I don't know that I picked them in my bracket.
Okay.
I'm not as high on them necessarily, but what I think Akron will beat Texas Tech. Texas Tech doesn't have Toppin. Akron all season ranked higher than Miami of Ohio, but they lost a head-to-head. So they win the conference tournament. They get the auto bid. Akron, I think, is the best team in the MAC. At least that's what the predictive metrics say, Ken Palm and whatnot. So I actually think Akron's going to give Texas Tech a heck of a game tomorrow.
Interesting.
That's mine. Hofstra, Alabama. Aiden Holloway's out for Alabama. He's
Yeah, what's that line? 11?
11 and a half. That's a lot of points for losing your
That is
second
a
leading
lot of
scorer.
points for missing such a key player.
Yeah, he got a little too excited about partying or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and Iowa State by 25.
Yeah, there's some big spreads. Tate and I were talking about this earlier. All of the top 4 seeds, or the top 16, were all favored by double digits this year. And so we were kind of debating whether that was like, is that an NIL thing or whatever? But I think it's more that the mid-major conferences have so many teams lose that would have been probably not as big an underdog. Like Liberty would have probably been closer to 9 or 10 points instead of like 14, 15.
The gap between haves and have-nots, though, is growing every year. So
it is, yeah.
Hopefully they do something about that.
Iowa Clemson, that should be a good game. Not like there's any like real upset in an 8-9, but Bennett Sturts and Iowa, they played a slow pace all year, and McCollum's a great coach, so I don't know.
Yeah.
See.
St. John's is an interesting team in this tournament too. Like what they got beat by 30, 40 by UConn. And then on the flip side, when they decide to turn it on from a defensive standpoint,
that was the one.
I would not want to play them.
On Selection Sunday, that was the one where I'm like, St. John's a 5 seed?
Yeah.
They won the Big East regular season and tournament title. They got 2 wins against UConn, and they're a 5 seed? I couldn't believe it. So there's a lot of people picking them to go to the Final Four because of Duke's injuries. They could see Duke in the Sweet 16. They got to beat Kansas if assuming those 2 win. But St. John's is scary as a 5 seed.
I think I saw a stat that said that there's a 89% chance that a 1 or 2 seed wins, right? So that probably sounds right. But
The tournament?
yeah. Yeah. So you're really top heavy.
Yeah, you feel that way going in, and then you see Siena almost beat Duke, and you're like, well,
You're still upset, aren't you?
I'm just saying, it's happened.
Yeah.
They are good. But Michigan has had moments. They've lost games. They almost lost to TCU early this year. Florida looks really good right now, but I don't love their guards. If they get in a game where someone can match their physicality a little bit, or at least slow them down, and they have good guards, they're all very good teams. I'm just saying that. It's March.
Yeah.
All right. Any other topics you want to cover, Matt?
No, I think I'll get back to Back Channel and supporting the cause here.
Yeah,
But
okay.
you want me to help you bring somebody else in?
We're going to probably bring in Josh if he's around. I don't see Josh, owner, but I was going to get Josh, the owner here at Back Channel.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen him here in a minute. He was over here earlier.
You want me to track him down?
I want you to remember one name before you leave.
Yes, sir.
Jomo Goings.
Jomo Goings.
LIU, Long Island University. Fins up, baby. Jomo Goings.
All right, they should put his first name on the jersey.
Oh, my God. I need more Jomo in my life.
All right, let me see if I can find Josh.
Good, man. Appreciate you coming on. Yeah, thanks for coming out. All right, so we got Kansas going on right now. Like I said, we got a great crowd out here. What's up, Tater? Yeah, I was gonna grab him. Yep. All right, so Yep. UNC up 6 right now on VCU. So. That game's still, sometimes you lose a guy and you're just not quite, the other team maybe thinks, hey, we got an opportunity here, but at the end of the day, sometimes these teams are here for a reason, right? Like Carolina's Carolina. They got dudes. They lose one dude, but they got other guys. So we'll see. VCU, I do think, can wear them out. So, VCU's pressure might get to Carolina as the game wears on. That's my thought with VCU, is that they can be pretty tough to play with for 40 minutes. That's the style, that's the goal for VCU, is to kind of wear you down over time. But yeah, anyway, thanks for joining here if you're on YouTube. A lot of people here in attendance. Great environment. Back Channel Brewing. If you haven't heard of it, check it out if you're in the Twin Cities, especially West Metro, Minnetonka, Wayzata, out west here on the shores of the lake. Super fun. Oh, Josh is out. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate Josh. Feel bad not getting him on, but we appreciate Back Channel hosting this. We got a great group here. We're gonna just run the camera quick and show everybody what's up. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. We got people. Say hi. Say hi. All right. Well, I think we got everything covered. It's been a great night. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Tate, for coming on. Hope you guys have enjoyed this broadcast. We'll get this up on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you haven't already, follow the Splash City Basketball Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Also on Blue Sky. I don't know if anybody else is on Blue Sky, but we're on Blue Sky. And, more content to come. It's March Madness, baby. It's the first day. It's opening day. It's Thursday, March 19th, 2026. And I'm out. This has been Splash City Basketball Podcast.